Well, hello everyone. Got the chickens out here, and I tried to do this video, and I thought I had it gonna run right into. I don't know. I like I said before, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to switch this around, switch that around. Although I can do some pretty awesome things on the computer, but video and that's a different story. So um, it's been a rough day for me, and I had to delete a video on YouTube because it didn't meet the standard for getting paid. Um, and then they deleted one today. And of course, I found that out after I went to the store and got scammed by the cashier. And I just, I don't know what the world's coming to anymore. It's crazy out there. And, I try to give people encouragement to do what they need to do to have a home, a roof over their head. If they can't have a home, at least a roof over their head. And but I don't know. I'm trying to make a camper into a home. That can be pretty hard. And what do you have to settle? For? Do you have to settle for less than what it is that you deserve, or less for what it's going to take for you to live uh, a contented, comfortable life? Now, each one of us is different. Some of us have mobility problems, others have breathing problems, others have they don't they live in a place that they can't keep their animals, or they can't play their music, or um, if they rent, they have to be afraid that the rent's going to go up way more than they make. And um, it, it's just it's just hellacious about what people have to deal with. And and all of us YouTubers, I don't care who it is, we can all say, well, go do this, or go do that, or live frugally, or live simply. And okay, what is simply? What is frugal? What's frugal for me might not be frugal for you, or what's simple for me might not be simple for you. Um, Having a roof over your head might be okay for you, whereas others need uh, certain things available to them, even if it's just a roof over their head. Um, they still need those things. And to, to sacrifice, yeah, you can sacrifice for yourself once you, um, I don't, I, like say for instance, if you like spend $100 a week on groceries, and but you also need a few other things to go along with that, but you don't have any more than $100. So how can you take that $100 and divide it up, and so you sacrifice so much on this and sacrifice so much on that so you can have them both. Um, that can get kind of tedious sometimes. So simple life, is it worth it? Is it frugal life? Well, yeah, once you probably get it all straightened out and you got it all down pat, then. But in the process of it all, it's you got to spend money to get to frugality. That's just like people going and living off grid. Well, you can go out there and live in a tent, and if you If you live in a place where it's winter and cold, then there's things that you gotta have. You gotta stay warm. You got a way to cook your food, unless you're gonna just eat out of a can. But um, off the grid homestead, I mean, you gotta have some way to have lights and way to go to the bathroom. Way to shower, unless of course you're right by the creek or something like that. But you still you still got to spend money in order to start that kind of a lifestyle. So no matter how you look at it, you still got to have funds. So no, it's not simple. Simple once you've got it all done, but it's not as easy as it looks on these YouTube movies, videos. It's not, and believe you me that a day's a day of going and getting to the store and having to deal with other things that you're trying to um, get get going in your life can be very it can whip your butt. Let me tell you. So, is it worth it? Well, I got to look at it now and really say, okay, I saved up some money and I was able to know that I had money on the side if I needed it. I had money to help a family member with, um, and if the groceries uh, got too high when I was in the store, okay, I had it. I had it. I mean, if I had a budget, is basically what I'm saying. I got $30. Well, it went over $30, but I had that money because I saved it up. But what are you really saving for? Is what I tell myself. Well, wouldn't it work better if you took that money instead of saving it and set yourself up the way you really would like to be set up? That's a thing that a lot of us have to think about. Yeah, you hear a lot on YouTube. Well, you got to have an emergency fund, and uh, you got to have this and you got to have that. Well, the only thing you really need is a roof over your head, and um, that's roof over your head supplied with the things that are going to help you uh, physically and food wise and all that kind of good stuff. That if you need your medicine, if you need a walker, if you need a good bed to sleep in, um, uh, just there's just so many things that um, no matter where you're at. So could I take that $132 I'm taking off the top of my um, income and take that? And well, no, because maybe $132 isn't going to, certainly not going to put a shower in my a walk-in shower in. Um, but then in the process, then you've got that money saved and you got it in the bank, and something else comes along that you need to use it for right there on the spot, and then there goes your money you're saving up for the shower. So it's like an ever endless circle that just keeps going round and round and round, and um, so whatever you're shooting for, if you want to keep your house, if you want to keep renting, or if you want to go live in a van, like there's so many doing. They're living in campers and RVs and things like that, and because it's the cheapest route for them. And But then, of course, and then there's everyday life that happens. So, is it worth it? Well, in my case, it's worth it because I'm here with two of my kids. My grandkids are here, and my great grandkids, some of them are here. So, I get to watch the chickens, and I get to see the birds and watch the birds, and I get to see little squirrels and chipmunks and um, bunnies and groundhogs, and my dog has a little place out here, and so right now I'm about as content and comfortable um, as I can be, and I have a really good bed to sleep in. I found ways to stay warm when I need to stay warm, and I'm still working on all that. But yes, it's worth it. And taking the money and saving it is worth it. I just got to find a better way of holding on to it, though. So for now, I'll deal with the tub that I have to step over and pray to God that my knee don't give out. And all you folks out there that have similar situations, just know that anything that you're moving towards having a better life is worth it. And don't give up just because you hear rumors and um, unrest going on out there that the government's going to do this with your Social Security, and uh, they're going to take our money off of us and stuff like that. Well, I got to keep reminding myself, like I remind my son and I remind other people, live one day at a time, right now, this moment. Enjoy this moment. And that chicken is looking at me like, you crazy girl, you crazy. But yeah, it's worth it for me, even though it don't feel like it at times until I sit down and talk it out and hear myself talking. And you guys, being able to do this for you guys is helping me out. So, um, um, live one day at a time, one moment at a time, right now, this moment. Um, Mark 11:23 through 26. Or is that Mark? No, it isn't. Hebrews. It's Hebrews. Hebrews 1:11. It says, now, right now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. In other words, anything you want is right now. And I don't know how any better to explain it to you than that, because I find it's hard for me to explain uh, theology and spirituality and all that kind of stuff to people. So, but if you're going to have faith that you're going to get something right now, it's the time, right now, this moment. You already have it. In other words, is what that scripture is saying. So, um, I love y'all, and doing this video has gave me a little bit more, energized me a little bit. And so I hope y'all have a great evening, and I'm going to try to do a video every day, and I'll now that I know how to do it, I'll make a short off of these videos, and uh, hopefully, hopefully I'm naming them right. I don't know. I mean, everything just seems so complex. I mean, you give me an essay give me a subject and an essay to write, I can do it. I mean, it might take me a while because I got to do the research and stuff for it, but I can do it. But this is, and it might be a little bit easier if I didn't, was, like I said, wasn't going to work, wasn't working to put my home in order. But so I'll leave you with this. If you think you can, or if you think you can't. You're right. You all have a great day. Goodbye.